Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD. Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member of FINRA and SIPC. 765-453-9600. Diamond Financial Group is not associated with the CFD companies.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jason Murphy, your host on Money in Motion, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. I have been away a little bit here lately. We've played some reruns. Some of you may have not even noticed that they were reruns, but we are going to get back in the swing of things. I had to go through a couple of different little procedures. I had a skin cancer, and I'm rocking the bald look, and I think I'm just going to stick with it. But if you see me around town, you'll notice kind of a new and improved me, I'll call it. And so just excited to be back on the air, excited to be talking to you today about what I just feel like God's put on my heart, and it is going to be very much a finance-related show. I did want to go ahead and tell everybody before I forget that I'm very excited to officially be a SmartVestor Pro on Dave Ramsey's platform. So if you call into Dave Ramsey's office or go on to his website and you click on the SmartVestor Pro button, my name is one of the ones for this area, this territory, that will pop up. And so I'm excited to be approved by his staff and his platform to kind of advise people the way Dave would. So Dave Ramsey's office can't officially endorse investment advisors anymore, but they can make you a SmartVestor Pro, and so I am proud to be on that platform and getting some business contacts and leads from that area. So that's enough about that. If you have any questions about Dave Ramsey's program or what a SmartVestor Pro is, feel free to stop by and talk to me right there on Broad Street next to Poets on the Square. So thankful that Poets is one of my sponsors for this 3-month segment that we're going through, March, April, and May. And in June, believe it or not, which, April's already here. We only have 2 more months where it will be the end of a year that I've had Money in Motion. So 2 more months left, and we'll finish a full year, and I plan to just keep on rocking and talking to you all about what God puts on my heart and having guests on the air. And if you have a business or you have an organization where you want, and maybe it's finance related, and you want to come be on my radio show, reach out to me and we can make that happen for sure. So, again, I just want to remind everybody to come by, stop by and see me, grab a cup of coffee over at Poets, stop in, sit down for a chat. We can start talking a little bit about finance if you want to, but I have had a few listeners stop by the office, and I'm so grateful when people do that. And it's nice to know that people are listening, and it's nice to know that people appreciate the words that I'm saying and actually want to hear some of the advice that I have to offer. So on advice, it's just, again, this is one of the things that God has placed on my heart to share with you all. Some of you may remember that back in January, I actually had Pastor Mark the Twig Ogletree was on the air, and we introduced a concept called Fight Club. And, you're not supposed to talk about that, but I'm a rebel that way. And but we had 10 weeks where 66 men stepped up and decided they wanted to be better men of God by going through a 10-week series of challenges through this Fight Club program. And so we finished Fight Club after 10 weeks. That lasted January, February, and about half of March, and had the graduation ceremony. It went phenomenally well. It was specifically designed to help men be better men of God in 4 different areas: spiritually, relationally, physically, and intellectually. And it was a really neat program. That was Chapter 1. Chapter 2 will be coming back around this coming August or September. I don't know if we fully decided yet, but stay tuned in the future to hear more information about Fight Club Chapter 2 coming up. But it was an amazing program. going through that program helped me just focus even more on my relationship with God and having God in every part of my life. And so a Bible verse that has repeated itself to me multiple times, and part of that was because of Fight Club. One of the challenges with Fight Club was to read a chapter of Proverbs every day, and I did that for the continuous 10 weeks. So I went through Proverbs about 2.5 times because of Fight Club, and so Proverbs 15:22 spoke to me when it said, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they exceed." And of course, that speaks exactly to what I do as an investment advisor. Is I am there to be a voice of wise counsel. I had someone come in my office just this week that wanted to sit down and actually do some planning. And she felt like, and they felt like, as a husband and wife, that they had plenty of money to last all the way through retirement. And it turns out that I'm able to put together an income plan that showed how much money they could draw off their investments every month for the rest of their lives, and how much money would they really have. And so planning is one thing, and people sometimes think that they have a plan, and they put together their numbers, and they think, okay, well, I'm going to spend such and such, but they don't fully realize how much inflation can take a toll on your finances. They don't take into consideration ups and downs in the market. They don't take into consideration so many things, like a spouse passing away, and you had income from that spouse, and now all of a sudden they're gone. Do you have something to replace that income? So that's one of the things that I just want to reiterate to the listening audience. Get a plan and get an advisor. And I'm not saying it has to be me, but I am letting you know that I am here for you. And if you want to come in and sit down and start the process, I don't charge anything for the process of going through and helping develop a plan for you. If you end up placing financial products with me, that's how I get paid. And we'll talk more about that if you decide to come in and talk to me. But there's no obligation for you to stop by and see me. So it's so good to be back. This is Jason Murphy, your host right here on Money in Motion, and you're listening to News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. Hi, everybody. This is Jason Murphy, your host on Money in Motion right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, and I'm excited to introduce a sponsor that is an amazing friend of mine, Dr. Ken Schmidt-Matzen and Pam from Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, located right there beside the Justice Center and beside where J.J. Jack's used to be. A lot of you are familiar with that area, and I have to tell you that I have seen Dr. Ken and Pam going back for 28 years. They are good personal friends of mine, but the services that they offer there are amazing. Dr. Ken is one of the best chiropractors that I know, and I have seen him over and over for neck pain, for back pain, for issues with my hips, where I've had car crashes and different things that have taken place in my life, and he's always been able to get me straightened out and back active the way I like to be with my boys, going climbing and hiking and running and playing. So I encourage you to stop by and see Dr. Ken. If you have any issues with your spine, with your neck, back, legs, he can check you out and get you taken care of. Now, Pam is an amazing physical therapist. I can tell you, I just had knee surgery just a month ago, and I've already completed the turkey trot this past November, which was amazing that I was able just a few weeks after knee surgery, and Pam was able to help me get rehabilitated extremely quickly to get back out there and lead the active life that I enjoy. Also, they have a new nutritional program that is amazing to help you get in the right physical shape that you need to. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're just trying to get healthier, but you're not sure what type of nutrients your body needs, they can take care of all those needs right there at Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, located right there beside the Justice Center in Cookeville.
Congratulations, you found a home for sale that interests you on the internet.
Is it really as great as you think it is?
Is the asking price in line with the current market values?
Will owning this home allow you to continue enjoying life as you know it?
Are there more homes in the area you may like better? To unlock the mystery of home buying, you need a professional realtor. You need the Wilson team at the Realty Firm. Our experienced and highly trained team of realtors will take the guesswork out for you.
Buying a home is a process, and the Wilson team at the Realty Firm will walk with you every step of the way, making your needs our top priority.
The only house we want to help you buy is the one you can be proud of.
The one you can call home knowing you took every step to ensure it will bring joy to you and your family for years to come.
Call Darren Wilson at the Realty Firm at 931-520-7750 or find them at www.therealtyfirmagent.com. The Wilson team will put you on the path to owning the right home for you.
Just over 11 years ago, my wife and I went on our first date. We ended the evening by going to a little coffee shop here in Cookeville, just catty corner of the courthouse, named Poets. We sat down and enjoyed an amazing cup of coffee. We enjoyed the company with each other, getting to know each other. That ended up leading to us being married less than 6 months later and having been married for the last 10 years. It all started at Poets, right there, catty corner of the courthouse. For one of the best cups of coffee in Cookeville, I highly encourage you to stop by Poets on the Square or their other location on the north end of South Jefferson Avenue. Poets Coffee, a great place to take your next date or just enjoy a cup of coffee. Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. And you're just enjoying the Sunday afternoon, driving around out there. It's been a little chilly. I can't believe this is actually springtime. You know, things are starting to bud. The flowers are starting to come out, and then bam, it freezes. And hopefully you haven't started your gardens yet. I'm a vegetable garden guy, by the way. Me and my wife have a pretty large size backyard garden, and we have not planted yet. We're holding off and hoping to get maybe next weekend we'll go ahead and plant. But I knew we were expecting freezes, some freezing weather to come through the last couple of days. But that's one of the things that we do, not necessarily to save money, but just to be able to go out and pick a fresh, ripe tomato right off the vine and go in and make a sandwich is just amazing. So that's just something we enjoy. We're trying to eat healthier. That brings up another one of my sponsors, Dr. Ken and Pam Schmidt-Matzen from Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy. Their nutritional program is amazing, not to mention if you need to get your spine in alignment or have some physical therapy, which I've been going through a lot of that lately. Just to let you all know, we already talked about Fight Club a little bit. Well, one of the things that Fight Club did for me is actually made me push a little bit too hard, which was more me than Fight Club, just for the record. And I've ended up tearing a couple of different places in my shoulder. Miss Pam out there at Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy helped me rehab it some, but I'm afraid I've done more damage than what physical therapy is going to fix. So I may be looking at another surgery here in the next month or two. So pray for me there if you don't mind. But back to finance and back to what we do at Diamond Financial Group, I really just wanted to touch on. A lot of people, they're just so afraid that we are there to sell you on something. And I can assure you that is not what we do. I have a degree in education, and it's funny. I had someone come in the studio, or no, not the studio. That's where I'm at now. I had someone come in my office and ask for the educator. And I was proud that they saw me in that light. And of course, I, have announced several times that I taught school and I have a math major. And for someone to come in and just identify me as, the teacher that has a radio show, I absolutely love that. And that's the way that we treat you when you come in the office. It is not a situation where we're ever going to sell you anything. We might have some products or we might have some strategies that will help you accomplish your financial goals, and that could be everything to mutual funds, ETFs, individual stocks and bonds. I'm doing a whole lot more with brokerage accounts now, setting people up and making sure that the whole goal is to make sure your money lasts as long as you do. My my ultimate goal for you is for you to write that last check for your last vacation and get back, and then you're done. So I don't want to be too morbid, but I want your money to last as long as you do, but I want you to spend and enjoy your money along the way at the same time. So many different products that we can help people by showing you different ideas and strategies for making your money last as long as you do. That's the whole goal and the whole purpose of what we do at Diamond Finance. Buy and talk to us, and we will do that. So when I talk about different strategies and I talk about different programs and how we navigate the market, we are active financial managers at Diamond Financial Group, and so the goal is to sit down with you and do some planning, help you come up with a plan. We have a saying that I'm sure a lot of you have heard before, that failing to plan is planning to fail. Have you set goals for your future? I'm going to change kind of the scope or the demographic of who I've been talking to up until this point, because most of the clients that I have are people that already have money, they already have a portfolio, and they come in and they just want to make sure that they manage that accurately through or efficiently through retirement. Are you out there and you're wondering, are you even going to have a retirement? I can tell you, Social Security in 20 years, when I would be drawing Social Security, I'm a little concerned, how much is going to be there for us. And even the Social Security Administration themselves have already admitted that come the year 2034, if I'm not mistaken, they're only going to be paying about 77 cents on the dollar for people at that point. I think that's actually generous of them to say 77 cents on the dollar will be paid out to people starting in 2034. And when I say being paid out to people, I believe that if you've already been set up with Social Security and you already are receiving a check, I don't think they're going to lower those checks, but I do believe that the new people coming on and filing for Social Securities, their benefits will be affected by the changes and the lack of funds coming into the Social Security Administration office. So I just wanted to lay that out there. But so for those people that are in their 40s or even younger, do you have a plan for retirement? And it breaks my heart when I have someone come in and they want to retire, and I have to just be honest with them and tell them, you know what, based on how much money you need on a monthly basis through retirement, you don't have enough resources through your 401k and your IRAs and the monies that you have set aside to actually maintain a lifestyle that you're wanting to have for more than the 10 or 15 or 20 years or whatever. So I do look at life expectancy. I can run some programs for you, and we can sit down and do some income planning. But it really does start for those that are out there in their 40s or younger. You might have a 401k that may or may not be enough for you, depending on how much money you're making. 3% matched for somebody could be drastically different for someone else, depending on what your annual income is. 3%, can be a lot or very little, and so we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we come back and go into some 401k management and talking to that younger demographic that is out there that needs to either start investing or they need to protect their current investments. So I want to thank everybody for listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, and you're listening to News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
Protecting your home or business is important to you. That's why you might invest in an advanced security system or make sure you have the strongest locks on the market. But what are you doing about the sun? That big yellow ball of fire is shooting UV rays through your windows that can fade furniture and increase your energy costs. Fortunately, the Window Tint Company in Cookeville can provide you with a championship-level solution, offering multiple lines of window film for any need. The Window Tint Company is the Upper Cumberland's expert when it comes to protecting your home or business business from blinding glare or damaging UV rays. And you'll still be able to admire those beautiful Middle Tennessee sunrises and sunsets. When you're ready to protect your home or business from the sun, give Jason and Susie with the Window Tint Company a call at 931-510-0830. That's 931-510-0830. Visit CookevilleWindowTintCompany.com to learn more or request an estimate.
Hey, this is Jason Murphy from Money in Motion. Let me talk to you a little bit about my good friend Joey Smith of Smith's Insulation. Did you know that Smith's Insulation has been around since 1977? They provide insulation for new construction and on existing homes. They are certified by the TVA as a weatherization contractor. That means that you could actually get a rebate for improving the efficiency of your home. I greatly encourage you to call Smith's Insulation for all your insulation needs, whether it be for commercial builds or new or existing residential. I have used Smith's Insulation for both and can tell you that I was extremely pleased with the service, the quality, and the energy efficiency they provided. To find out more information about Smith Insulation, go to smithinsulationtn.net. That's smithinsulationtennessee.net.
646-5519. Those numbers may not mean a whole lot to you right now, but you're going to want to write this number down. My name is Jennifer. My husband and I, we're frugal people. While we like to get a lot of value for our money, to say the least, we stretch every dollar. So last year, we decided that we wanted to refinance a mortgage on our house. We did our research, and that's when I met Barbara Steeving. Her official title is loan officer. She's not just thorough, not just thoughtful. She actually anticipated my family's needs throughout the whole process of the refinance. And trust me, folks, when I say they were tricky needs. She was just amazing. Can't say enough about it. By the time the process was over, I called her my friend. You can be friends with Barbara. All you need to do is go to Willow Avenue in Cookeville next to Jackson Plaza and go into First Volunteer Bank and tell my friend Barbara Steeving that you're there to save money, and she will do it for you. The number is 646-5519. So stop by First Volunteer Bank and see Barbara Steeving.
Member FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets on the Square. Stop by and get an amazing cup of coffee or a frappuccino or a latte or mocha, whatever your flavor is, and come over and stop by and see me. I'm very proud of the business location that we have right there in the Whitson building. It is amazing, and would love for you to stop by, see our office. I actually had a couple of Tennessee Tech students. They were taking photography classes and actually taking some some pictures for a fashion magazine. I had requested some pictures, and so the landscape and our furniture, he said, was just really professional, and so I gave them permission to come in and take a few pictures in our conference room in our front lobby, and it was pretty cool. I thought that was neat, and took that as a huge compliment that these guys, really professional tech students, dressed to the nines for this fashion magazine, and did a little photo shoot in our lobby, and that was pretty cool. So stop by and see us, and we'll get you taken care of. But before the break, I started talking a little bit about your 401k and talking about, are you doing what you need to prepare for retirement? So please listen to me. I just read to you out of Proverbs where you are encouraged to have advisors to help you in life, and especially in this area. I believe, don't hesitate to go ahead and get some help and get your Roth IRA and your 401k going. Get someone to manage those things for you or help you manage it just with some advice. But if you're not contributing to your Roth IRA on a monthly basis, or which is really the smartest way to go because you're taking advantage of dollar cost averaging, but I can sit down and talk with you through that whole process. I have a young man that started investing with me 3 years ago, had basically nothing, no investments whatsoever, had just started basically his first job out of college and started investing about $150 a month. This has been 3 3 years now, and he has over $10,000 and is well on his way of accomplishing his retirement goals and dreams and ambitions. So we are always looking for new opportunities and trying to improve how we help you invest money. And so I encourage you to stop by and let me show you how we actively manage money. That we have very specific, I'll even say semi-proprietary tools that we use to help navigate the market. So we can pretty accurately predict, at least right before a recession hits, whether a recession is going to hit or not. And when one is imminent, we are making phone calls to our clients. Did you receive a phone call back in January, February, March of 2008? Did you receive a phone call from your advisor or from your financial planning company and say, hey, I want you to know we have signs, there are indicators that are pointing to the next recession? And I'm not trying to tell you, if you're listening out there, that we have the next recession coming up in the next few months. My indicators are not showing that. In fact, they're showing the opposite still as of now, which is amazing considering the volatility that we have experienced in the first quarter of this year. There has been some extreme volatility, to say the least. I'm not denying that for a second, but I still do not believe that we are imminent for our next recession. Although in the next 6 months to 18 months, I truly believe one is coming somewhere in that time frame, and we'll see. But I'm not going to pull the trigger and have people move from being invested in the market to a very conservative type platform until my indicators show that we need to really be concerned that recession is helping. But I'm looking forward to it. I will, and I'll tell you why I'm looking forward to that next recession, because those types of market conditions create buying opportunities. So if you want an opportunity to buy stock cheap, you need someone that's watching the market on a daily basis that can give you a phone call, let you know when to get out of the market, and then just as importantly, let you know when to get back in the market. I know there's people out there that had good advisors in 2009 that made anywhere from 30 to 50 or 60, 70% return on their investments because they got back in at the bottom of the market aggressively, and you can make amazing money. So I'm not promising any returns like that. My compliance office has to listen to this, and they're probably cringing right now because I'm talking about market returns. So the disclosure, the disclaimer statement is that I'm not promising any types of market returns like that, but I can tell you it is a historical fact that people have benefited greatly by getting in the market at the right time and taking advantage of those dips and those extremes, that volatility that does take place in the market. So, but you need someone to be able to talk to help you through those situations. Do you want your 401k to turn into a 201k? If you don't, you need to have someone watching that pool of funds. And that's one of the things that I can do as well, is actually take over discretionary management through a self-directed management. You would be directing me to manage your 401k platform, and I would have the ability, and my front office would have the ability to log in to your 401 account, make changes for that, and I may even call someday when we get those indicators that say the next recession is about to happen, and encourage you to change your risk tolerance level to conservative because of what's happening in the market. So I hope you've enjoyed this time. I know I've enjoyed talking to you. I encourage you to just do some planning. Come by and talk to me. I want you to know that you have a friend that has integrity, that is a man of God. I say that humbly, but I say it with confidence because I know where I'm at and I know where I'm going when I leave this earth. And I just want to encourage you to stop by and see me. And I'm going to remind you of Proverbs 15:22. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. So do you have an advisor that is helping you succeed in the marketplace and financially in this world? That's most definitely not what this world is all about, is how much wealth you can accomplish. But if you have wealth, how many people can you bless, and how can you grow the kingdom of God if you're in that place? So thank you all so much. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. You've been listening to Jason Murphy right here on Money in Motion, and I'm your host right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD. Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member of FINRA and SIPC. 765-453-9600. Diamond Financial Group is not associated with the CFD companies.